Sam, how you been, man?
Good. How are you, Bob?
Welcome
back.
Right. Man, it's been a long time since we've been out here in this field. 10 years ago, we came out here and you showed us, kind of told us the story of Stone Point and showed us the old blacksmith shop. And I can't help but notice we couldn't see it before when we were out here, but now back here behind us, you can kind of see it peeking out.
Yep. That's the roof of it right there over those trees.
So it's been a while since we've seen this place, and there has been some damage now, I understand, right?
Yeah, there's been quite a bit of damage. We had a tree that was against the building that kind of fell out this way, and it brought the wall with it, but the structure's still there, and we can still see everything there.
I know when we were out here before, we found some pretty cool things, but there's something new this time that I want to point out is your daughter is here.
My daughter is here.
Hi, what's your name?
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Bob. Nice to meet you. That's how they shake hands too.
You want to get a real handshake?
That's all right. So we're gonna go in here, and Sarah, are you gonna go first? No?
Probably not.
Last time we were here, some cool old memories, because it was our first season of doing Expedition Texas and our first time to really get into a place and find things. So whenever we went in last time, we kind of found some of the tools of the trade, right?
Mm-hmm. There was a sharpening stone in there and his old workbench, and I think there was an auger. Yeah, for drilling holes.
And some wildlife as well, right?
There was a nest in there. I think it had some baby buzzards in it.
Right, yeah. And so Sam has been out here kind of scouting a little bit, and we might actually find something in there this time too. It was out in there whenever you came last time, right?
They never grew up. They never grew up.
Like there's still 10 years.
There's still some chicks in the nest.
Okay.
I guess it's just a family.
It's just a favorite nesting place, and it's where they always come back to, and hopefully it's kind of still there. So let's head back and check out the blacksmith shop.
Let's check it out. I think the best way in is this way, Bob. There's a little trail here that something has made.
Well, it's a nice shelter. Yep. It would make sense. Wow, it did. It kind of ripped off half the building here.
It did. It tore off this corner of it.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, not as much left of it as when we were out here before, Sam.
No, not much. You can see where the tree brought the ground up with it when it came up, and
it did, and took some of these tools with it. There's some kind of a wheel over there.
Yeah, the old grinding wheel is still here, but
yeah,
it suffered some damage for sure.
And oh look, some of the residents are still here too.
Guess who else is still here?
Looky there. Well, they got them a good place to stay, and these are quite a bit older than the ones we saw out here before.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and they barked at us.
They barked at you?
And they barked at us.
I didn't know they could do that.
Yep.
So a lot of the stuff is still here, and some of it's kind of out of place. But one thing that you pointed out when we were still here were the little coals that he used. And I still see, even though everything's a little disheveled now, that there's still some of it down here.
Yep. Sure enough.
And still a few pieces of the coal that he used. And he, of course, fanned that coal, and that's how he generated the heat. And I see over there some of the pieces that were in here before. It's been a long time, and a lot of the stuff is still here, sort of still around, but in different places. And like a lot of places that we see, Mother Nature's kind of taken back over here. And that's kind of what happens when you have an old building like this out in the middle of the pasture.
That's right.
Man. Well, just to think, man, we got to come in here and see it when it was all still in one piece. And now here it is, and probably not going to be that way much longer.
Probably not. It won't take much to go ahead and finish it off. If you remember when y'all were out here before, Bob, there was I showed you where a cotton gin was.
Yeah.
And they had a water wheel out here that was run off of this pond, and it's still all here. It's mostly concrete, so there's really nowhere for it to go. This pond is dried up. It's real dry this year, so
a lot less of it than last time.
A lot less water than last time.
Man, it is still back here, Sam.
Yep, everything's still intact.
Of course, as strong and sturdy as it was, I can't imagine it ever going anywhere.
No, this is just concrete.
Yeah, and so it's at one point or another, somewhere in here, there was a big water wheel which was bolted to this concrete structure and I guess fed off of this water here in the pond, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm to understand. Where you see these threaded bolts sticking up out of the
Yeah.
concrete was probably where it was mounted.
Where did they, so what were they ginning out here? Was it cotton?
Cotton.
Cotton, okay.
Yep.
And I guess grown in the fields around
Yep.
Stone Point. And looks like, you know, as time goes by and things get uncovered, we find new things out here when we come back 10 years later.
Yep.
Look at this. Obviously a part of very heavy steel that would have held things down, probably right along the axle there.
Probably did. It held the axle down that the water wheel would have been turning
Yeah,
on.
wow. And that is some serious heavy steel out here. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, the things you find back in the woods, man, and like this stuff, I guess predates. This is pre-1900s anyway, right?
Probably pre-1900s.
Yeah. Yep.
There was a fire that took the whole cotton gin out, and I don't remember the year of the fire. You probably got that in an interview with one of the ladies
Probably,
before.
yeah. Right? Because we talked to other folks out here, and some of the other folks that we talked to when we were out here before are no longer with us, right?
One of the ladies that you interviewed has passed away since then.
And was that the lady we visited with on the porch?
Yes.
What was her name?
Anna Rose Brown.
That's right, Anna Rose Brown.
This was her family property.
Yeah, and she was very sweet about telling us all about it, but she did not want to come out here and hike with us. I remember that.
She did not.
So she was happy to let us come search around here and see what all we could find. And you know, if I remember correctly, there was a house nearby here somewhere where there was like a Stone Point gate that we walked under, right?
Yep, there sure is.
Can you show us the way to that?
We sure can.
All right, man.
Right over here.
Cool, following you.
Right through the woods.
Well, it's been a while since we've been here, and there's not much left of the sign over the gate here, but we can still tell it's Stone Point.
Yep, you can still see the design for the letters that are missing. You can tell where the paint has chipped off.
Yep, and I bet if you look,
yeah, there's one right there.
you can find at least part of some of the letters down here.
Yep.
Here you go, sir. There's a part of a letter.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's a hot letter. Okay, we'll catch that later then, right? So here it is. This is the old Stone Point Community Center, right?
This is it. This was where they had family reunions and whatever they would gather for.
You know, last time we were out here, we weren't able to get in, but it looks like that door's open.
I think so. It's just got a little wire holding it shut.
Well, let's
see what we can get into.
Let's check it out. The old Stone Point Community Center here. You sure you want to do this, Sarah?
You ready?
Wow. How cool is this? Oh, wow.
Wow, look at this fireplace.
Huh. That's awesome. Just a big brick structure right in the middle.
Right in the middle of the room.
And look at this piano. Wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
This thing has been here for a while. The keys barely even move, man.
How about that, Sarah?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It is.
It might take more than a tuner to get that thing working
I think
again.
so. Needs some restoration.
Sure. So, kitchen over here, and a lot of gathering places. What a cool place. This looks like, I mean, it could have been lived in as a home, too.
I think so. I think it was at some point.
You found a feather. I bet there's more of those buzzards in here.
I bet there's more buzzards somewhere.
This is something framed here.
Yeah.
There it came. What was that picture?
An old house. That's
There we
pretty.
go. Look at that. Might could restore that, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Look at that. Somebody's house. That's not this house, though.
No.
Let's set that up where it can be seen. That way if somebody comes in, they'll know somebody's been here.
Yeah, they'll know we've been here. Look at the back side of this fireplace. Makes
An oven.
Make an oven for the kitchen side here.
Cool. Wow, and look at there going up into the ceiling. It kind of twists
Yeah,
around.
it does. It's cool the way they built that. The gas line there.
Right by the fireplace?
Yep.
Oh, look.
It doesn't seem like that would be in code these days.
Look, the iron thing.
Iron board, yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, this house survived long enough to have central heat and AC. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. At least it made it long enough to get into that era, which was a good era. I think I'm in a buzzard's nest in here. Cause it sure smells like it.
What?
It smells like that's the buzzard's nest.
Okay.
Right there. Or something.
Something.
Cause
Yeah, I smell it.
man, that's not a good room to be in. All right, have fun with that.
Oh wow.
Bathroom. Bathroom's here still has some of these light fixtures on it. Over by the sink here. Look at this. The rows there. We'll straighten it up. Let's keep the house looking nice, right? This might have been somebody's house. Well, I love it, Sam. We've already gotten to see more than when we were out here last time.
That's right. I've got something else I want to show you too that you didn't even know about last time you were here.
Oh, really? And what is that?
There's a house that is, as the crow flies, it's about a mile from here.
Okay.
But we're going to relocate and walk out to it. It's an old log cabin
Yeah?
that's probably early 1900s. We're going to go check it out.
Okay, and why are we checking out this log cabin? What does it have to do with Stone Point here?
There's it's close enough in proximity that it may have been the same people
Yeah.
that started Stone Point, but there's some wildlife over there that's going to be interesting.
Deer, coyotes, old buzzards, maybe?
Maybe a monkey or two.
A monkey or two.
A monkey or two.
Well, that'd be a first for Expedition Texas. Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's go find the monkeys.
All right, go get in that car, Sarah.
So, we're walking along Highway 243. It connects Canton, Texas and Kaufman, Texas.
That's right.
And where in relation to here is Piss Alley?
It is about 7 miles east.
Okay.
Just this side of Canton.
Many late night stops out there, man, whenever the old bladder hits you.
Yep, that's what it's for.
Okay. Easiest way to get in here.
All right, the easiest way in is right here through this hole in the fence. And there's cows
Okay.
over here too. They've never
Okay.
gotten out, but we can get in.
Okay, well, let's go.
Let's go for
Sir, are
it.
you going?
You coming with us?
Yep, she's going for it.
Step over it.
That's a country girl right there.
It
Yeah,
should
go
be a
through
country
there.
girl. Come on.
There you go.
You got it.
There you go. All right.
So this road that we're walking on here, I mean, you'd call it a driveway, but years ago it actually was a road. You can see on the edge of the roads where the ditches are kind of cut out. Not so much there, but back there you could.
Yeah.
And if you go around this corner, you can see it a lot better. You'll actually see that there were actual ditches on both sides of this road.
Was
that
this
we're
a
walking on.
paved road at one time?
I don't
or
think it was ever
a,
paved. It'd be a dirt road.
Okay.
But you can tell that there was irrigation cut for a reason.
Right. Definitely more ditches over here.
Yes.
Give me a little wave when you feel, or something when we feel like we're in range of your mic. Okay. Well, definite signs of livestock out here. Got to watch your step a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. There's a few
Whoa.
longhorns out here.
Some big ones out here.
Yep.
Wow. So we haven't seen the longhorns yet, and let's hope they don't mind seeing us.
I've seen them recently, and they don't seem to mind when me and Sarah come out.
All right, good deal. Well, I hope she's okay after that mean old stick got her, man.
Yeah. She'll survive.
Okay, good country girl. She can handle it.
Yeah, she's a trooper.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's 5.
5 years old. Cool. And she was out here with you last time, right?
Yeah, we came out here 2 or 3 weeks ago just to scope it out and make sure everything was still together.
I'd hate it if we got here and got to see monkeys and she didn't get to see them.
Oh, man. That'd break her heart.
Well, here you go, another hole in the fence, and the road opens up a little bit.
Yep.
Well, definitely needed this exercise, Sam.
Yeah, this is a good way to get your steps in for the day.
About how far back in here are we going?
It's a little over half a mile, maybe less than a mile. It's a good ways, for sure. All right here, it looks like this is an old barn. It's really just a pile of metal now, but the way it's laid out, maybe this was a corral. There's a gate back over here on this side.
Yeah, look, so right here, there's definitely something was corralled in here.
Yeah, for sure. The
Maybe hogs or something based on the way you got the metal around the bottom.
Yeah, probably.
Possibly. You know, every time I try to guess about something like that, I get corrected on YouTube. They catch my
I'm
mistakes.
sure they do.
Often, so I'm looking forward to those comments now.
Yep.
And look here, there's like some kind of a cement pipe back in here.
Yeah, that might have had something to do with irrigation. Or
just
septic, maybe.
A lot of old barn tin out here. It's just kind of on the ground right now, and whatever held it up isn't here anymore.
Yeah, there's no telling. It might have been
some timbers.
Yeah, there's some timber. There's a cross tie over here, it looks like.
Yeah.
Might have been a fence post.
Yeah. So it might have had another one of those Oh man, look at this.
This is definitely an old gate right here.
Oh man.
With fence still connected to it.
How cool is that?
Pretty neat.
And I was noticing here the old feed bucket or milk bucket.
Yeah.
Not a lot left of that, but maybe if we were wanting to go milk the cow.
Somebody used it to milk the cow.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Where the barn once stood, not anymore. The wood is just gone, except for the really thick pieces like this here with the hinges of the gate on it.
Yep. They look like old railroad ties.
Yeah, and one key feature of Stone Point we always see when we're out here, and I noticed this a lot last time, is a lot of these big natural stones coming up out of the ground.
Yep.
One common feature of Stone Point are these stones that are just everywhere, man.
They really are. It's hard to dig a hole around here.
Because you might just pull up a big old chunk like that, right?
Yeah, you'll be digging a hole and just hit a rock and you've got to move, dig somewhere else. It's hard to set fence posts.
Yeah, and these are all through just kind of a certain area of Stone Point. I guess that's where it gets its name, right?
I guess so. That's, to my understanding, that's why I would call it Stone Point. There's a fault line that runs probably 2 or 3 miles across this area of Van Zandt County.
Really?
And all the iron ore in that area has come up, or the dirt around it's eroded away over the years.
Yeah.
So we really have a lot of big stones out here.
Well, with the remains of the barn here, how far are we from the house now?
It's right behind these cedar trees behind us.
Really? So right in
this
here.
little grove of trees. We're going to go to this.
Okay, cool. You show me the way. I'm ready.
Let's go.
Thank you. All right, just kind of talk about where we're coming up on. I'll follow.
All right, this is the back side of this house that we're coming up on now. There's this was a well years ago. When I was a kid, I can remember that it actually still had the brick circle around it, but it's a sinkhole now.
Yeah, if you were to jump off in there, you might find the bottom of that well.
You might keep falling.
Just open right up for you. I see like an old air compressor out here and some old screen doors and a few other cool things. And look at the logs on this thing, man.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. The way they're cut and put together.
Yeah, you weren't kidding, man. This is definitely a cabin out here. Wow. And it has held up surprisingly well considering how old it is and how long it's been out here. Now, they probably have already heard us if they're in here, but there's a real possibility that there could be monkeys living in this
There's
house.
a possibility there could be monkeys in here.
I'm gonna look. Oh well. If they are, they're not home right now.
Or they're hiding from you.
Yeah, they have the cardboard on the walls. I mean, this is Wonder when's the last time somebody lived in here? Any ideas?
There's no telling. I have no idea.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I would just walk out here, ride my bike out here, whatever, and it was still standing then.
Yeah, well, if I don't know if you can see this, guys, but here's an old screen door.
I believe it's
Seems
nailed
to
shut.
be nailed shut there, but the hinges are over here, but I believe it is nailed shut. Got a nail in it right there. But look at this place. How cool is that? Yeah, we definitely didn't see this the last time we were out here, Sam.
No, I hadn't. I didn't even think about this the last time I had y'all out. But
And you didn't even mention monkeys last time.
well, the last time we didn't have monkeys.
Oh.
They've just showed up. So probably since then.
They just moved in.
Well,
Are they from California?
no.
Oh, okay.
They're from the other side of the county over there.
Oh, really? On the other side of the county?
Yeah, we had some neighbors that were exotic animal collectors, and
Okay.
they had a few monkeys that lived on a little island. And when the island dried up, the monkeys moved out, and some of our neighbors have seen them coming and going out here. So
And there's evidence of these monkeys.
there is evidence.
Okay.
There are pictures.
pictures
and there
of-
are
Wow.
stories
stories and evidence.
from
and
people who have not gotten together. Their stories match. So
Really?
there's plenty of evidence.
Well, I was watching the trees on my way out here, and thinking I was excited to see where the monkeys live. And hey, if I were a monkey, that's not a bad place, right?
Yeah, if I were a monkey, I'd live here for sure. There's plenty of grapes. There's
Yeah.
grapevines above us.
Grapes.
There's
And neighbors that like to try to feed them too, right? You?
yeah. I've brought some old produce out here before just to try and see what would happen, and I've come back the next day and it was gone.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's none here now, so
no.
that's awesome. Well, I mean, they're quiet neighbors, I guess.
Yeah, we hadn't heard from them in a long time. They usually only surface when we're in a real heavy drought, and
Yeah.
we are right now. So
Oh boy.
it's a good time to come look for them.